Next up, at UFC 317, we have the main event of the evening. We have Ilia Topuria abandoning his own weight class and his own belt to move up in weight to become a 2-division champion. He said the weight cuts were too much, and we're about to find out because he's not the biggest guy in the world. But we'll see at weigh-ins, at the face-offs, and inside that octagon if Ilia Topuria is big enough and good enough to win a second belt. We have Ilia Topuria undefeated in his career at 16-0. He's obviously 5-0 in his last 5, coming off that knockout win over Max Holloway. He's taking on Charles Oliveira, the former champion of this division, 35-10 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that backpack win over Michael Chandler, where he wrestled his little ass off. Ilia Topuria, as we all know, is an incredible boxer. He's got unbelievable movement. He's got great striking. He's got good power. He's a Georgian, even though he doesn't live in Georgia anymore, but he's been wrestling since he was born, so he's a phenomenal wrestler as well, and the power seems to be insane. When he knocked out Volk, it's like, Volk's old. It is what it is. When he knocked out Max Holloway, bad. Knocked that dude out, then it was like, oh my God. This guy hits hard. He's taking on Charles Oliveira, the former champion of this division. Everybody loves Charles Oliveira. Everybody appreciates that all Charles Oliveira fights are a ton of fun. He has the most amount of submission wins in history. He's got great hands. He can drop people. He can outstrike people. If you listen to Joe Rogan on the commentary, he's the cleanest, most technical striker the UFC has ever seen. So we have two guys on different ends of their career.
Did Ryan Hall just never exist?
Ask Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's the one glazing Charles Oliveira, not me.
You mean Ilia?
No, Charles. Joe Rogan glazes Charles Oliveira.
He fucking loves Ryan Hall, too, I'll tell you that.
Well, anytime he looks at a leg.
Dude, every time that Ilia was even close to Ryan Hall, when Ryan Hall was on his back, he's in trouble. Whoa, he's in trouble here. He's in trouble. Ryan Hall, the second he would invert, whoa. He's in real trouble here. He's in some Joe.
It did not age well. I mean, the reality is this is a fun fight. This is a fight that I didn't love at first. When they announced this, I was like, oh, God, who? Because in my mind, I was like, Ilia is just going to destroy this dude. Like, I appreciate Charles. He's a ton of fun. I love seeing his name on a poster, and, like, I love knowing that he's going to fight. But, like, he gets dropped in every fight as it is. And people were just too afraid to follow him to the ground, so they give him 30 seconds to compose himself. Ilia Topuria is not that guy, and what he did to Max Holloway was like, holy shit. Justin Gaethje didn't come close to doing that to Max Holloway, and Ilia just absolutely slept him on the spot. I think Ilia is going to walk through Charles. When they first announced this, I was like, I don't care about this fight because I know exactly what's going to happen. The closer it gets, the more excited I'm getting. Maybe because I'll be there. I'm not even going to watch the fights. I'll be watching the fights at home. Maybe because I'll be going. I don't know. But I am getting more excited for this because we either get one of the most exciting, hyped up upsets that we've seen, or Ilia Topuria gets a second belt and it just unlocks a whole new line of fights and potential. The lightweight division is kind of getting boring. It's the old guard still good enough to hang around. The new guard hasn't gotten popular enough. So I love the fresh blood in the division. I think Ilia gets it done. I think the minus 450 odds. It goes 450, 500, 450, 500. It hasn't really gone past that, and I'm a bit surprised, honestly. And I think it's just the raw love for Charles Oliveira from the fans keeping that line under minus 700. What do you think? Let's put it this way. Umar Sy was a minus 700 favorite, but Ilia Topuria isn't breaking minus 400 or 500. What do you think, Jacob?
Well, I'm going to speak emotionally and then speak technically for this fight. And let me just say, I understand the love for Charles. I understand people would love the story, and you know they're seeing it already. They're envisioning it. The great guy Charles coming back, winning the belt as a big dog, and they're just convincing themselves it's going to happen. I did the same thing with the fucking Indiana Pacers and Tyrese Halliburton. I sat here and was like, oh my God, this story is absolutely incredible. Tyrese Halliburton is going to lead this city to one of the most incredible playoff runs in NBA fucking history. And then what happens? It fucking just all goes to absolute fucking hell. If Tyrese Halliburton can blow out his fucking Achilles in a Game 7, Charles Oliveira can get fucking knocked out in the main events versus Ilia. Unfortunately, fairy tale endings fucking never happen, especially when you really want them. And I know everyone wants Charles to win this fight. And I will say, he can win this fight. I mean, it's not like a lot of people And it seems like Angelo as well act like this guy's got no fucking shot in this world. Like he can't strike. He's just going to get mauled. Everyone's saying that Ilia's going to come through. Even Ilia's like, I'll finish him in the first round. Motherfucker, you haven't finished anybody in the first round in 5 years. That was Damon Jackson that you actually kind of knocked out. The other was a ground and pound to Ryan Hall. Ryan fucking Hall almost made it out of the fucking first round against Ilia. Charles hasn't lost in the first round since fucking 2015, and that was an injury to Max Holloway. It's not like Charles Oliveira's getting slept left and right in the first round, and Ilia's smoking everybody. Let's calm down. I think the over 1.5 or the under 1.5 is a fucking trap line if I've ever seen one. They're playing it like plus 110 just to lure people in. This is probably going to go over a round and a half. If you're Charles Oliveira, I mentioned this in my quick pick video, and I think it's más importante. Charles Oliveira needs to decide. Is he going to be Charles Oliveira, or is he going to try to win the fight? Because if he's just Charles Oliveira with the Muay Thai, meet you in the middle, exchange with the boxing, and try to beat people with the punching, he probably is going to get fucking knocked out at some point. He's going to get hit, he's going to get dropped, and then we'll see if Ilia is able to chase a finish on the ground. If you're not going to beat Charles Oliveira and you want to win this fight, you have to fight, and this is going to sound stupid, but stick with me. You have to fight like Ryan Hall. Not the M&I rolls, not the bullshit. But Ryan Hall knows who he is. He knows I can't fucking box. I'm going to stay at range, throw a million fucking kicks. If you happen to take me down, I'm fine there. I can survive as long as I'm not getting hurt first, right? You don't want to get dropped and then on your back, and then that's when people can finish you. But if somebody catches a kick from Charles Oliveira, like Dariush or whatever, and takes him down, he's going to be able to pretty much survive and do what he needs to do. So if you want to fight smart, dancer on the outside, you have great kicks. Calf kicks, body kicks, that teep kick, the front kick. Just fucking kick the fucking absolute fucking shit out of this tiny dude for as long as it takes until he finally makes a mistake, either doing something stupid with a shot, or maybe he takes the pop out of his shots, the speed starts going out of the second into the third round. Just extend this fight, and then Ilia should start slowing down, and you could try to do something. I know Charles hasn't really had long fights either, but I mean, he dominated fucking Chandler for 5 rounds, but if you're Charles Oliveira, you have to really make a decision. Am I going to come out here for the fans, try to get something crazy happening in the first round and beat Charles Oliveira? Or do I want to seriously win this fight and seriously try to win this belt again? And if you really want to do that, you can do that. But you have to stay on the outside, throw a billion fucking kicks, try to beat this guy up, frustrate him, wait for him to make a mistake. You're more than capable of capitalizing on mistakes, even on the feet. I mean, and he's been hurt by kicks before, so if you just keep throwing the kicks, maybe one fucking lands. He's been fucking dropped by kicks a couple times. So that would be my game plan for Charles, but Charles is probably going to be Charles. Muay Thai, middle, try to outbox, get hit, survive, and then eventually get put out. So I'm on Ilia, but people acting like he's got no shot is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's proven many times over that he can be successful. He had an incredible run to get to the title, then to beat that whole old guard, the Dustin, the Justin, the Michael Chandler, and then obviously Islam changed things for him, and Arman changed things for him. So he lost to 2 dudes who could wrestle their asses off. So I've fully recognized that Charles Oliveira is good and capable. I just think this is different. Both of us, obviously, on the Ilia Topuria side. I do love that Ilia and Pantoja parlay. That was going to be the safety parlay. It was minus 133, and the only reason I didn't do it is I had another parlay at minus 108, and I was like, you know what? Let me just give them slightly better odds so they can shut the fuck up. So that is the safety parlay, not this. If you want to check out the safety parlay, go to WeWantPicks.com. It's available to you. And before you're like, but the safety parlay lost last week. Oh, did it? Did it? Fucking idiots. Where were you when it hit 6 in a row? We'll be fine. $9,300 in DraftKings Fantasy for Ilia Topuria. If he finds that finish, he's going to be worth that money. And pretty straight up. You want to sprinkle?
I did my whole breakdown saying that like it's got to be over 1.5. I think it's a trap line and stuff. But literally, Ilia saying he's going to win the first round makes me want to play the first round. That's how he just carries.
So convincing.
He literally just carries such a confidence and aura and everything about him that everything is telling me that this fight is going to extend. I guarantee Saturday, because I believe I'm going to be streaming, guys, that when we're sitting in this chair watching the fights, I guarantee I place an Ilia first round bet.
He just goaded you into it. Yeah,
literally, just so confident, man.
I mean, he's got that aura about him. This should be a really fun fight. I'm looking forward to it.
The fight with Ryan Hall. I mean, he got all the power from Ryan.
This, I saw this comment, not a super chat, but I saw this comment. He said, if Charles backs out, do you think Ilia dominates Armin? Because Armin is the backup here. That's the fight I originally wanted. Armin is the rightful fight for the title. The UFC
fuck
just
Armin.
The UFC just hates his guts because he pulled out of the fight
Armin
last minute.
fucking sucks. That guy's terrible.
That
pussy.
is a that's a much more compelling fight to me because Armin could wrestle his ass off. So that would be interesting.
Armin shit his pants on the bus and fucking quit.
Armin hurt his back cutting weight. Guys, and you're going to hurt your back running to the App Store to download the We Want Picks app. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. You can unlock it instantly and free because the app is 100% free and you will get push notifications. For example, I sent out a push notification today letting everybody know that the SD Dumas fight was canceled. It went to everybody, whether you're premium or not. We have had more dramatic affairs. I think UFC 3...
You and Artem had the exact same picks.
Literally?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking lazy bitch just copied mine. I had to ping him. I was like, hey, dude, you didn't put your picks up. Put your picks up.
You and
that lazy bitch.
Hold on. You and Sam have the exact same picks too, except for Kai Car France. So it's just me with a few flips.
It's these fucking lazy New Zealanders.
They just woke up.
Kiwi.
Look at the room. Look at this baby Joey. Look at him. Look at the ruse. Look at this big old spider in my house. I'm not scared though because I'm fucking Australian and everything tries to kill me.
They're from New Zealand, so it's more like
Lord
of the Rings.
Look at my big old hills. Look at these mountains.
It's a mountain island. Lord of the Rings.
Look at these
Mordor.
Whoa, look at these big old plants.
Okay. Listen. Download the app. The app's 100% free, and we're going to be adding a ton more free shit to the app, like articles and other stuff like that. Inside the app, you'll have access to everything, but even if you don't have the app, you will also have access to everything. Fight Simulator works in any mobile browser, desktop, mobile, any browser you could ever think of. The Fight Simulator simulates fights 100,000 times, gives you the outputs. The Tape Index gives you access to the fight. Actually, let me rephrase that. The Tape Index lines the fights up for you so that if you want to watch the fights and do your own tape study, click the little red play button, boom, video pops up. We have a DraftKings optimizer that builds lineups for you. We have a data analyzer. This is your one-stop shop for people doing research. It lines up your fighter next to their opponent, all of the meaningful stats, and then you can add filters and say how many strikes do they land in losses and wins, and you get the full breakdown of their career right there for you. We have a line movement tracker, which will give you the opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every fighter on every card. A prop hunter, which is a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. And you're going to get more than just me and handsome Jake. You got Bet Sam, you got Artem, you got the robot picking fights based solely off of historical information. Guys, it's $10 a month. We appreciate the support. Anybody in Vegas the next couple of days, hopefully I get to meet you. And good luck this weekend. Jacob, any last words for the people?
Hopefully your plane didn't crash.
My buddy years ago said it's a little trick he does. He's like, what flight are you on? And I'm like, oh, American Airlines. And I'm like, what's the number? And I'm like, 1535. He's like, oh, American 1535. That sounds like a movie. 15 like American 15, and it works for every flight. Every flight, the airline, and then the number sounds like a plane that's going to crash. Every flight.
We boarded the plane. It was an American. Usually, I'm a Southwest guy, so we got our own VIP airport here in Dallas, Love Field. I'm a Southwest guy, but we flew American to the Dominican Republic, and we were on the fucking plane for like an hour on the tarmac, just fucking sitting there, and it's fucking hot as shit. It's like Jesus Christ. But like 45 minutes in, they're like, "This is your captain. We were." Able to reboot the computer, so we're looking good here. Just trying to fix one system, and then we'll be up in the air. And it's like, hold on a second. This fucking thing, it's like, hold on, and then literally, like 10 minutes, they're like, all right, we've got the issue solved here, so we're gonna put this bird in the sky. It's like, whoa, they're just up there fucking turning things on and off, and just hoping they work. And we're about to put this thing fucking 30,000 feet in the air. What the hell's going on?
It's a long flight too. That's not even a short flight.
Yeah, man, I think it was 5 hours. A good 5 hours.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a long flight. Well, I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you made it. Guys, thanks for being here. I'm glad you also made it, and good luck this weekend.